Welcome to another episode of Duck's Electronic Repair Bench.
Hi, afternoon YouTube. Here with you on this rainy Thursday? Yeah, Thursday afternoon. I thought I would take a little time and work on the repairs that I mentioned yesterday. Mainly the standoff on the case and try to fix the antenna rod, get that working good. I think I have a new idea on that one, and I will show it to you as I do it. And I'm trying to show my work a little bit more this time and show you what I'm doing actually, instead of just showing you what it looks like after it's done. So stay tuned for that. And I do have to go get the girls at about 2:45. I think I'm dropping them off. I'm not really sure. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow I have to go to at 10:15, so that's with my rheumatologist, Dr. Greenbaum, and get to see him and find out how I'm doing. It's funny now, I know I almost tell him this, but this hand here, I feel tingling in. Kind of like when your hand falls asleep and after, you wake up and it's got that tingling feeling. That's what it feels like. Now this hand, I feel nothing as far as tingling at all. It's kind of weird because this is tingling and this one's not. It's hard to explain. But after he put me on that allopurinol, I think that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be reducing the uric acid, and they build up around the joints, your fingers, anywhere actually, any kind of joint. So I'm hoping that this tingling. I'm hoping that means that's being reduced. I don't know about this one. It seemed like this one's actually more flexible than this one though, so I don't know anything. So anyway, I will be going to there tomorrow and find out what he's got to say about that. So without any further ado, let's get on to the repairs. Alright, YouTube, I'm taking a look at the standoff I'm doing a repair on. That's lined up pretty good, and what I've got here is, let me show you if I can get this off without ruining everything. But there is a toothpick in there, and it just barely comes through enough to where it's going to hold it in line, and that's all it's doing really. And I've got a line on the side there, I don't know if you can see that or not, to line it up, and that's pretty good. So now all I have to do is put the glue on and let her set. I don't think I might put something on top of it to hold it down, but I think it'll be just about all right like that. So I wanted to show you how I'm repairing this. I don't show my work a lot anymore here. I don't know why, but I just don't. But in this case, I wanted to do that just so you can see exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing this to fix this. I don't think the toothpick will be enough to cause a problem if the screw goes down that far, but if nothing else, I'll use a shorter screw. I have plenty of screws, so. Anywho, I just wanted to show that real quick before I mix up some glue here and glue that on there. So, I got the glue all done now, setting up. I think it's in there pretty good and straight, and I don't think anything needed to hold it down or anything. It's in there. It's aligned with that pin with the toothpick, so that was all I need to do really. So I think it will be just fine. Let me take a look at this other side. I tried to avoid the dowel plate with the glue. I've got it all around the other side. I think it'll be good. Of course, I've got it in between the two parts too, so I think it will be just fine. We shall see when we shall see. I'll keep an eye on the puddle here to see when it sets, and I'll know pretty much how this is setting. So I learned that from Jim Lindeness. He uses that same method to know when your epoxy's all set up. So, anywho, that's what we'll do, and we'll join you back again when I have more to report. I'm back with you one more time, YouTube. I have solved the, well, I haven't solved it yet, but it's practically solved, I should say. Let me show you this first. That is pretty hard. So that means the, oh, that was the wrong one. Oh, this is the one here. It's a little sticky, but it's hard. You can dig your fingernail in if you try hard enough, but it's hardened pretty good. So that's that. I will let that. It will be overnight before I try to screw anything into that. So now this this antenna rod, difficult to see, but this was actually slid over this way too much when I first tried this, and as such I didn't know the holes didn't line up, and I slid it back over. Now the holes line up for both of those, so I will be able to put another wire tie, tie wrap, whatever you want to call it, cable tie, in here and in here. So that will solve that problem, and that's a good thing. So that's the next thing I want to do, and I'll bring you back after I do that. So hang in there. All right, you can see now that I have the one here and one here. So that should hold it. It's pretty darn solid now. So there shouldn't be any more problem with that, unless I want to take it off, and then I'll just cut them like I did the other one, and they come right back off. So it's an easy fix. Easy. I shouldn't say easy fix, but it is an easy fix. And I think that should fix that just well enough. I'll go ahead and cut these off here. In fact, I can do that right now while I'm just sitting here doing nothing. One down, one to go. Two down. Alright. Those are cut off. I used the black ones this time. Looks a little bit better. I think the yellow kind of stood out a little bit. Anyway, so on to the next thing, and the next thing is, let me show you what I'm doing here. Move this on over here. This is coming out. I'm pretty sure, I'm not totally sure, that this has got either a crack in it or something else is wrong, but the fact that you can turn it on and it goes up so fast, and let me put it in, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think you already knew, but I'll show you just in case. So now that's down all the way right there, and I'll just turn it up a little bit. You can hear it just a little bit more, a little bit more. There's nothing, see, I'm turning it up, but it's not moving the volume up any. There will be a spot here where it goes real loud. You can hear it right there. That sounds like a crack to me, but you know, you never know for sure till you take it apart and look at it. So if I have to, I'll buy a new one, but hoping not. So I'll take that apart next, and we'll be back and show you that. Alright, I'm back with you once more, YouTube. I have the potentiometer, volume control, whatever you want to call it, hooked up to the ohm meter, and I'm going to turn this up, I should say, a little bit at a time. Now that's I went from off to on, no change. Let's just keep your eyes on. I'm going to try to go up as gradually as I can. And we should see a big jump here. So far, pretty good. Yeah, seems to be going up just fine. I can't say there's any problem with that at all. So let's go from the other end. And see how it tests. Alright, that's the other end. So let's go all the way down to the, well, let's go here. That's on now. And let's go this way. It should start coming down. Oh, okay, there we go. That's a telling tale right there. Okay, let's go back down all the way again. That's down all the way. Let's go up a hair. See now, right there, right at that spot, right there, 582. That's higher. It should be going lower. If I go all the way down, you see that's it. It's always going down. It should be. See, it goes all the way up to, I seen a 588 there. But now as you go down, it goes down in linear fashion. So there is either a crack there or some dirt causing a problem inside. And really the only way I'm going to fix that is to take it apart. I don't really relish that. See that 588 shows up right there? That's either a crack or, like I said, it's a dirt something. That's where it goes way up. And it shouldn't do that. So that's a good indication that there is a problem with it. It's not a big problem, but problem nonetheless. So I'm going to attempt to take this apart. I don't know how successful I'll be. May just replace it, and if I can't get it apart, so I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Alright, we're back with you again. I'm not sure how well you can see that, how well the camera is going to pick that up. But there is a spot right near this end of this thing here. It's darker than the rest. It's dark right through here, and then it's lighter all the way around this way. So right there is where the dark spot hits. I think you can, the camera might be able to pick that up. I don't know. You can see it right there, pretty clear. There's a definite gap there, not gap, but difference between one section and the other of the carbon track. It's different than it is here. It's hard to point to, it's so small. But anyway, what I'm going to do is take some alcohol and Q-tip and see if I can clean that up enough. I don't know if it's the trace itself that's broke there or what. It's a track, I should say, not trace. Whatever the case is, that's probably the area where the problem is. So let me clean that up and see if it makes any difference. Alright, there's a look at the across the carbon track from one end to the other. It's measuring 7.14 K ohms. So that means that that's not exactly right. I'm going to do a little pushing on this to see if I can get it to change value and see what happens here. Alright, now I'm going to take the probe and just trace the back to the. Okay, that's when it hits the clean spot. That's what I get. 0. It goes up, and it will get to a point where it goes back down. You've seen that right there. So that is a very good indication that there's a crack in that trace or track. You can see it in the I don't know if I can show it to you or not, but You can definitely see there's a difference there. I've cleaned it with the alcohol, and there's a different spot there where there's a different color and everything. So I think what we're going to do is try to find a replacement for this. I can go ahead and put this back together and use it until it comes in, but I don't really want to have to tear this all apart again, so I may not do that. So let me get back to what I'm doing here, and we'll join you again in a second. Hi YouTube, back with you one more time. I have the volume control back together, and it is wired in temporarily. I wanted to show you what it sounded like. Still a cutoff right there, you can hear it. So what I will do is order a new volume control, and first off, we'll see if one's available. Not really sure it'll be available, but we'll give it a shot and see if we can figure it out. So, I don't think I'm going to put this back together until I either get one or determine I can't get one. Just have to deal with what I've got here. You've seen pretty clearly the division or the separation point on that carbon track. And so there is a little problem with that. Not a very serious problem because it does work, but it's just that sudden cut off or sudden cut on, I should say, whatever. Like I say, it doesn't affect the operation of the radio any, other than the volume level. So we will see what happens with that, and I think that's going to conclude this video because it's getting long. I know it is. So I'm going to stop it here and get back to the other camera and sign off. Hi YouTube, I'm done with the repairs that I initiated, and I think it came out really good. I'm going to let the glue set up, cure, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, it's still raining here. So I will get off here and probably not be back for a while, because if the girls stay, it will be one of those deals where if I get to make a video, it will be lucky. So anywho, let me get off here, and you guys have a pleasant day. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.